Your life's a cage, and you're rattling the bars. The mirror shows a man worn down by years of grind out and dead ends. But what if the key to freedom is already in your hand? You've heard of Napoleon Hill, studied the giants Rockefeller, Ford, Edison, and their secrets in Think and Grow Rich. Those 13 principles aren't just ideas, they're dynamite. You've read them, maybe even tried them, but never fully applied them. Today that changes. You're not here to coast, you're here to conquer. If something in these words lights a fire in, you don't let it burn out. Hit that like button, drop your truth in the comments, and subscribe to SoulFuel for the kind of motivation that doesn't fade. Let's rise together. Let's begin. Desire Principle 1 isn't a daydream. It's a firestorm in your soul. Hill said the starting point of all achievement is desire. Not a wish, not a maybe someday. It's a hunger that keeps you up at 3 a.m. in a sweaty New Orleans bedroom scribbling plans on a napkin. Look at Edwin Barnes, a broke nobody who burned with one goal partner with Thomas Edison. No cash, no connections, just a relentless vision. He showed up in New Jersey, worked grunt jobs for 5 years, seized his shot, and became Edison's partner. That's desire. It's standing in a cold Minneapolis garage, fists clenched, vowing, "I will earn $100,000 by June 30th, 2027. Name it, write it. What will you sacrifice? Sleep, excuses, fear. Set a deadline. Act now. Hill's steps are clear. State your goal, read it aloud twice daily, feel it like it's yours. In Memphis, a laid-off trucker named Nate wrote, "I'll start my own delivery service, earn $60,000 in 1 year." He spoke it daily, hustled routes, landed contracts. His business thrives now. What's your desire? Define it. Burn for it. Faith Principle 2 is your shield. Hill called it the head chemist of the mind. Without it, doubt poisons your dreams. With it, you're a force. In Detroit, a factory worker named Marcus lost his job to automation. His mind screamed, "You're done." He refused to break. At 4 a.m., standing in his kitchen, he repeated, "I will rebuild, earn $75,000 this year." He visualized it, stability, pride, a new path. Faith rewired him. He took welding courses, networked, landed a gig paying $80,000. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Your thoughts shape your world. Feed them belief, not despair." In a quiet Omaha diner, coffee steaming, what thought will you anchor to auto-suggestion? Principle 3 is your mind's programming. Hill says your subconscious soaks up what you feed it. Speak your goals with fire, and they take root. In Seattle, a barista named Javier was stuck pouring coffee, dreaming of a tech startup. Every dawn in his tiny apartment, he declared, "I will launch my app, earn $100,000 by next year." He felt it, the users, the revenue, the freedom. That repetition drove him to Code Night's pitch investors build. His app hit 15,000 downloads in 6 months. Auto-suggestion isn't wishful thinking, it's training. Your subconscious builds what you give it. In a bustling Miami cafe, pen in hand, what will you tell it? Specialized knowledge. Principle 4 is your weapon. Hill learned from Andrew Carnegie, you don't need to know everything, just who to call. Carnegie built a steel empire without mastering the tech. He had experts. In Phoenix, a laid-off teacher named Clara wanted to break into real estate. No experience, no money. She studied Hill, networked with agents, learned market trends. She didn't know every detail, she leveraged others' expertise. Her first flip cleared $55,000. David Goggins says, "You don't need to be the smartest, just the hardest working." In a noisy Nashville bar, who's in your circle? Are they sharpening you or slowing you? Imagination. Principle 5 is where empires spark. Hill splits it into synthetic and creative. Synthetic remixes what you know, experiences, ideas, lessons. Creative imagination births new visions from nothing. In Austin, a chef named Leo used synthetic imagination to tweak his food truck's menu, blending local flavors. Sales jumped 40%. Creative imagination. That's when you're running a Chicago trail at dawn, and a business idea hits like lightning. Hill says desire fuels imagination. Focus on what you want, and your mind builds it. In Denver, a carpenter named Mike, stuck in a dead-end job, walked a mountain path and envisioned a custom furniture business. He launched it, earning $90,000 in year 1. Change your space, a quiet Boise library, a vibrant Miami rooftop. What ideas waiting in your head? Organized planning. Principle 6 turns visions into reality. Hill says no one gets rich alone. Build a mastermind group, people with skills you need. Offer value, equity, vision, hustle. Meet weekly. Align. In San Francisco, a coder named Ethan flopped his first startup. No plan, no team. He read Hill built a crew designers, marketers, mentors. They met twice a week, refined their app, launched. It hit 25,000 users in 3 months. Plans fail, pivot. Hill says a quitter never wins. In Dallas, a realtor named Sophia lost a big deal. She regrouped with her mastermind, tweaked her strategy, closed 6 deals in a quarter. What's your plan? Who's on your team? Decision Principle 7 is your line in the sand. Hill studied millionaires. They decided fast, stuck to it. Procrastination kills dreams. In Houston, a manager named Victor hesitated on a tech pivot. Fear froze him. 3 years later, he's still stuck. Compare that to Goggins, who said, "When you're driven, whatever's in front of you gets crushed." He didn't wait to become a SEAL. He decided, train through pain. 1. You don't need every answer. Decide. Act. In Charlotte, a dad named Ray lost his job. He decided that day, I'll start a landscaping business, earn $60,000 in 1 year. He networked, acted, hit his goal in 11 months. What decision are you dodging? Make it. Now. Persistence Principle 8 is your backbone. Hill calls it the sustained effort to induce faith. It's not sexy, it's brutal. It's waking in a cold Boston apartment, 4 a.m., doubt, screaming, quit. You don't. In Miami, a gym owner named Alicia faced bankruptcy. Bad lease, no clients. She could have folded. Instead, she used Hill's persistence, woke at 4 a.m., marketed, relentlessly rebuilt. Her gym's packed, earning $80,000 a year. Goggins says the path to success is lonely. Keep moving. 1 step, 1 call, 1 win. What's one thing you'll stick to no matter what? The Mastermind Principle 9 is your force multiplier. Hill saw it in Carnegie's 50-man team that built a steel empire. Alone, you're limited. Together, you're unstoppable. In Chicago, an entrepreneur named Diego was drowning in debt. He joined a mastermind, investors, marketers, mentors. They shared strategies, pushed him. His e-commerce store hit $120,000 in sales in a year. Harmony is key. Egos clash. Fix it or cut ties. In Seattle, a startup founder named Lena flopped her first venture. She built a new mastermind aligned on vision, launched a SaaS app. It's got 20,000 users now. Who's in your corner, warriors or deadweight? You're standing in a quiet Philly alley. Dawn breaking, city stirring. The air's crisp, your pulse steady. Hill's principles aren't for dreamers, they're for fighters. Desire lights the fuse. Faith fuels it. Persistence hammers it. Your mind's a blade sharper than steel. Seneca said it's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. You're not stuck. You're just not moving. In Atlanta, a dad named Malik lost his factory job. He wrote his goal, start a delivery service, earn $70,000 in 1 year. He visualized it, built a team, acted. Now he's got 4 vans, thriving. You don't need permission. You need action. What's your next step? You're standing in a deserted Miami parking lot, dawn breaking, the hum of the city just starting to stir. Sweat beads on your forehead, not from the heat, but from the fire inside. You're done with excuses. Napoleon Hill's 13 principles aren't just words, they're a call to arms. You've got desire burning, faith forging, and a mastermind sharpening your edge. Now it's time to channel raw energy, lock in discipline, and trust your instincts. This is where you break the chains of average. Let's charge. Principle 10, sex transmutation isn't about romance. It's about raw, primal drive. Hill saw it in men who built empires fueled by an urge to prove themselves, to dominate, to win. That fire in your gut, it's not just instinct, it's power. Redirect it. In Nashville, a struggling bartender named Diego was pouring drinks for tips, dreaming of a music career. He felt that need to shine, to stand out. Instead of wasting it on late-night parties, he poured it into his craft, writing songs till 2 a.m., pitching to venues, building a brand. That energy landed him a tour deal, pulling in $70,000 a year. Your drive's a furnace. Don't let it burn out on distractions. Point it at your purpose. What's one way you'll channel that fire today? Your subconscious principle 11 is your hidden engine. Hill calls it the link to infinite intelligence. It's always running, shaping your reality with every thought you feed it. Feed it doubt, and it builds a cage. Feed it purpose, and it constructs a kingdom. In Detroit, a laid-off mechanic named Jamal stood in his garage, tools, rusting, bills stacking. His mind screamed, "You're finished." He shut it down. Every morning in the dim light of his workbench, he repeated, "I will open my shop, earn $65,000 by next year." He visualized it, the clank of wrenches, the glow of a neon sign, the pride of ownership. That focus drove him to Network Save Launch. His shop's booming now. Your subconscious builds what you give it. What are you feeding it, strength or surrender? The brain principle 12 is your transmitter. Hill says it sends and receives signals through the ether. Ever had an idea hit you like a bolt from the blue? That's your brain tuning in. In Seattle, a barista named Elena was stuck steaming milk, dreaming of a bakery. One morning, wiping counters, a vision struck: artisan pastries, a cozy shop lines out the door. She wrote it down, spoke it daily, felt the warmth of fresh bread. Her brain was broadcasting. She saved tips, studied recipes, pitched investors. Her bakery's now a local staple, clearing $55,000 a year. Your thoughts charged with emotion pull in reality. Doubt sends static. Desire sends clarity. What signal are you broadcasting right now? The sixth sense principle 13 is your secret weapon. Hill calls it the apex of his system. It's that gut instinct, that whisper that guides you when logic alone falls short. In Chicago, a realtor named Marcus felt a pull to revisit a dead-end client. No reason, just a hunch. He made the call, landed a deal worth $80,000, saved his business. The sixth sense isn't luck. It's your mind sharpened by faith and action, catching signals others miss. Find silence to hear it. Sit in a quiet Omaha coffee shop, pen in hand. Walk a Nashville trail at dusk, leaves crunching. Your gut's talking. What's it saying? Let's get raw. Life's a brawl. Maybe you're in Houston, staring at a bank account with $0, wondering how you'll survive. Maybe you're in Philly, grinding a soul-crushing job, feeling your dreams fade. Hill's principles don't hand you a free pass, they demand you fight. David Goggins says nobody's coming to save you. You want out, move. Now. In Atlanta, a chef named Victor lost his food truck to a bad deal. He could have quit. Instead, he woke at 4 a.m., cooked for pop-ups, visualized a new truck. He built a mastermind, suppliers, chefs, investors, relaunched, and now clears $95,000 a year. Action turns dreams into reality. What's your first step today? Discipline is your hammer. Hill's principles are your anvil. In Boston, a teacher named Clara wanted to write a novel. Kids' bills, exhaustion, she had every excuse to fold. She didn't. She woke at 4 a.m., wrote one page a day, no matter what. 2 years later, her book's on Amazon, selling thousands. Discipline isn't talent, it's grit. Goggins says you don't get better when you're comfortable. Get uncomfortable. Run that extra mile in Miami's heat. Make that cold pitch in a noisy Charlotte diner. Say no to the easy path. Stoic philosopher Seneca said we suffer more in imagination than in reality. What's one uncomfortable thing you'll do today? Your mind will fight you. It craves the couch, the scroll, the excuse. In San Francisco, a coder named Leo dreamed of a tech startup. Every time he sat to code, doubt roared, "You'll fail. That's normal." Hill says your subconscious absorbs every thought, positive or negative. Train it. In Orlando, a salesman named Ray missed a big promotion. He sulked, let bitterness fester. Sales tanked. Then he shifted, started mornings with affirmations, visualizing wins, feeling gratitude. His energy changed. He closed deals worth $100,000 that year. Resistance is real, but it's not the boss. Fight it with small wins. Write your goal. Speak it. Act. What's one thing you'll do to silence doubt today? Your environment shapes your vision. Hill's imagination principle thrives on change. In Austin, a marketer named Sophia was stuck, ideas dry. She ditched her desk, worked from a bustling downtown bar, music thumping. Ideas exploded, a campaign that landed her firm a $1.5 million client. Step out, run a Boise trail at sunrise, mist curling, sketch in a quiet Philly library, pages rustling. Your mind needs space to ignite. In Dallas, a musician named Caleb was burned out, gigs flat. He started writing in a park, kids laughing, breeze blowing. A new song landed him a record deal. Where will you go to spark your next vision? Failure's not the end, it's feedback. Hill says temporary defeat is part of the game. In Houston, an entrepreneur named Alicia launched a gym. It flopped, wrong location, no members. She could have folded. Instead, she leaned on her mastermind trainers, marketers, studied trends, relaunched in a trendy Austin spot. Her gym's packed, clearing $70,000 a year. Failure teaches. Quitting buries. In Seattle, a startup founder named Ethan botched his first app. He didn't sulk. He regrouped with his team, pivoted, launched a new version. It hit 20,000 users in a month. What's one failure you can turn into fuel today? Emotion is your engine. Hill says your subconscious thrives on positive vibes, desire, faith, enthusiasm. Negative ones, fear, anger, stall it. In Miami, a realtor named Javier lost a big client. He let doubt creep in, deals dried up. Then he flipped the switch. Started mornings with music, visualizing closed contracts, feeling the win. His energy shifted. He hit $120,000 in commissions that year. Your emotions are your choice. Feed your mind strength. In a quiet Charlotte diner, 5 a.m. coffee steaming, what feeling will you amplify? Picture this. You're in a Kansas City gym. 6 a.m. sweat pooling, heart pounding. The world's asleep chasing mediocrity. Not you. You're forging a legacy. Hill's principles, transmutation, subconscious brain, sixth sense, aren't theories. They're action. In Charlotte, a dad named Marcus lost his construction job. He didn't break. He wrote his goal. Start a contracting business, earn $75,000 in 1 year. He visualized it, networked with suppliers, acted fast. Now he's got 5 contracts, thriving. He's not special. He's relentless. What's your purpose? Write it. Live it. The sixth sense is your compass. In Boston, a chef named Clara felt a hunch to tweak her menu. No data, just instinct. She added a fusion dish. It became her restaurant's bestseller. Hill says the sixth sense grows when you master desire, faith, persistence. Trust it. In a quiet Philly Park notebook open, what's your gut saying? In San Antonio, a teacher named Ray wanted to pivot to real estate. A hunch told him to visit a local builder. That builder became his first client, leading to a $60,000 deal. Listen. Act. What's your next hunch? You're not stuck. You're just not moving. Hill's principles meet you in the trenches. In Atlanta, a single dad named Leo faced eviction. He used autosuggestion, repeating, "I will provide for my kids," earned $65,000 this year. He visualized stability, took a second job, learned sales. Now he's a top rep, secure. Goggins says motivation is crap. Discipline is king. Motivation fades. Discipline builds empires. In Miami, a gym owner named Tony almost lost everything to a bad lease. He woke at 4 a.m., renegotiated, marketed like hell. His gym's packed now. What's one thing you won't quit on? Your thoughts shape your reality. Hill's brain principle says every idea charged with emotion broadcasts to the universe. In Seattle, a tech worker named Amir dreamed of a startup. He visualized it, coding late, pitching investors, launching. He fed his brain purpose, not fear. He quit, built an app, sold it for $250,000. Your mind's a transmitter. In a quiet Denver rooftop bar, city lights below, what signal are you sending? Doubt or destiny? You're stronger than you know. Hill's principles unlock that strength. In Houston, a nurse named Sam was burned out, no savings. He read Hill, wrote his goal, start a fitness coaching business, earned $70,000 in 1 year. He trained clients after shifts, used autosuggestion, leaned on mentors. Now he's full-time, thriving. He didn't wait for perfect. He acted. You don't need permission, you need grit. In a cold Boston dawn, fist clenched, what's stopping you? Move. You're standing on a windswept cliff in San Diego, the Pacific crashing below the horizon, burning gold. The world's noise builds, rejections, doubts, fades. Up here, it's just you, your purpose, and a fire that won't quit. Napoleon Hill's 13 principles aren't a dusty book, they're a battle plan. You've got desire, raging discipline carved into your bones, and instincts sharp as a blade. Now it's time to channel your deepest drives, trust your gut, and build a life that echoes in eternity. This is where you become unstoppable. The 10th principle, sex transmutation, isn't about chasing fleeting highs. It's about raw, primal energy. Hill saw it in men who forged empires, driven by a need to rise, to conquer, to prove their worth. That fire in your chest, that urge to stand tall, it's rocket fuel. Redirect it. In Nashville, a struggling mechanic named Diego was fixing cars for pennies, dreaming of his own shop. He felt that drive to be more, to build something lasting. Instead of wasting it on bar nights, he poured it into learning, networking, planning. That energy launched his shop, now pulling in $75,000 a year. Your passion's a storm. Don't let it scatter. Aim it at your purpose. What's one way you'll channel that fire today? Your subconscious principle 11 is your silent architect. Hill calls it the bridge to infinite intelligence. It's always working, building your reality from the thoughts you feed it. Feed it fear and it constructs a prison. Feed it faith and it builds a fortress. In Detroit, a single dad named Lucas faced eviction. His mind screamed, "You're failing your kids." He silenced it. Every dawn in his cramped apartment, he whispered, "I will own a home, earn $80,000 by next year." He visualized it, the keys, the laughter, the security. That focus drove him to take a second job, study sales, land a gig. He's got a house now, kids smiling. Your subconscious builds what you give it. What are you feeding it? Hope or ruin? The brain principle 12 is your broadcaster. Hill says it sends signals into the ether, pulling back ideas, answers, opportunities. Ever had a vision hit you like a freight train? That's your brain tuning in. In Seattle, a barista named Sophia dreamed of a fashion brand. One morning, steaming milk, an idea struck bold streetwear local vibes. She wrote it down, spoke it daily, felt the buzz of a packed store. Her brain was transmitting. She saved tips, sketched designs, pitched boutiques. Her brand's now in shops, clearing $60,000 a year. Your thoughts charged with desire shape your world. Doubt clouds the signal. Purpose clears it. What are you broadcasting today? The sixth sense principle 13 is your secret edge. Hill calls it the apex of his philosophy. It's that gut instinct, that whisper guiding you when logic alone isn't enough. In Chicago, a contractor named Eli felt a pull to bid on a risky city project. No data, just a hunch. He trusted it, won the bid, cleared $90,000. The sixth sense isn't magic. It's your mind honed by faith and action, catching signals others miss. Find silence to hear it. Sit in a quiet Omaha diner, pen in hand. Walk a Nashville trail at dusk, stars waking. Your gut's speaking. What's it saying? Let's get raw. Life's a grinder. Maybe you're in Houston, staring at a bank account with nothing but dust, wondering how you'll eat. Maybe you're in Philly, stuck in a job that's killing your soul. Hill's principles don't promise a handout, they demand you fight. David Goggins says when you're at your lowest, you gotta be your strongest. You're not broken, you're just not moving. In Atlanta, a chef named Victor lost his restaurant to a bad lease. He could have folded. Instead, he woke at 4 a.m., cooked for pop-ups, visualized a new spot. He built a mastermind, suppliers, chefs, investors, relaunched, and now clears $110,000 a year. Action turns dreams into reality. What's your first step today? Discipline is your blade. Hill's principles are your forge. In Boston, a teacher named Clara wanted to start a tutoring business. No clients, no capital, just a dream. She woke at 4 a.m., wrote one flyer a day, no excuses. 6 months later, she's teaching 50 students, earning $70,000. Discipline isn't glamour, it's grit. Goggins says, you don't grow when you're comfortable. Get uncomfortable. Run that extra mile in Miami's heat. Make that cold call in a noisy Charlotte bar. Say no to the easy path. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. What's one uncomfortable thing you'll do today? Your mind will fight you. It loves comfort, the couch, the scroll, the excuse. In San Francisco, a coder named Leo dreamed of a SaaS startup. Every time he sat to code, doubt roared, "You're not enough." That's normal. Hill says your subconscious absorbs every thought. Train it. In Orlando, a salesman named Ray missed a big deal. He sulked, let anger fester. Sales tanked. Then he shifted, started mornings with music, visualizing wins, feeling gratitude. His energy changed. He closed deals worth $125,000 that year. Resistance is real, but it's not in charge. Fight it with small wins. Write your goal. Speak it. Act. What's one thing you'll do to crush doubt today? Your environment shapes your vision. Hill's imagination principle thrives on change. In Austin, a marketer named Sophia was stuck, ideas stale. She ditched her office, worked from a bustling downtown cafe, music pulsing. Ideas exploded, a campaign that landed her firm a $2 million client. Step out. Run a Boise trail at sunrise, mist rising. Sketch in a quiet Philly library, pages whispering. Your mind needs space to ignite. In Dallas, a musician named Caleb was burned out, gigs drying up. He started writing in a park, kids playing, breeze blowing. A new song landed him a tour deal. Where will you go to spark your next vision? Failure's not your enemy, it's your teacher. Hill says temporary defeat is just feedback. In Houston, an entrepreneur named Alicia launched a boutique. It flopped, bad location, no customers. She could have quit. Instead, she leaned on her mastermind. Designers, marketers studied trends, relaunched in a trendy Austin district. Her shop's clearing $80,000 a year now. Failure sharpens you. Quitting dulls you. In Seattle, a startup founder named Ethan botched his first app. He didn't sulk. He regrouped with his team, pivoted, launched a new version. It hit 25,000 users in a month. What's one failure you can turn into fuel today? Emotion is your engine. Hill says your subconscious thrives on positive vibes, desire, faith, enthusiasm. Negative ones, fear, anger, poison it. In Miami, a realtor named Javier lost a big client. He let doubt creep in, deals dried up. Then he flipped the switch. Started mornings with music, visualizing closed contracts, feeling the win. His energy shifted. He hit $130,000 in commissions that year. Your emotions are your choice. Feed your mind strength. In a quiet Charlotte diner, 5 a.m. coffee steaming, what feeling will you amplify? Picture this. You're in a Kansas City gym, 6 a.m. sweat dripping, heart pounding. The world's asleep, chasing comfort. Not you. You're forging a legacy. Hill's principles: transmutation, subconscious brain, sixth sense aren't theories. They're action. In Atlanta, a dad named Marcus lost his construction job. He didn't break. He wrote his goal: start a contracting business, earn $85,000 in 1 year. He visualized it, networked with suppliers, acted fast. Now he's got 6 contracts, thriving. He's not special, he's relentless. What's your purpose? Write it, live it. The sixth sense is your compass. In Boston, a chef named Clara felt a hunch to pitch a pop-up dinner. No data, just instinct. She trusted it, hosted the event, landed a partnership with a top restaurant. Hill says the sixth sense grows when you master desire, faith, persistence. Trust it. In a quiet Philly Park notebook open, what's your gut saying? In San Antonio, a teacher named Ray wanted to pivot to real estate. A hunch told him to visit a local builder. That builder became his first client, leading to a $65,000 deal. Listen, act. What's your next hunch? You're not where you want to be. That's not failure, it's a starting line. Hill's principles meet you in the dirt. In Miami, a dad named Victor faced bankruptcy. He could have quit. Instead, he used Hill's steps, wrote his goal: start a consulting firm, earn $90,000 this year, visualized it daily, built a mastermind of clients and mentors, acted fast. He landed 4 contracts, saved his family. You don't need luck. You need action. What's one step you'll take today? Here's how to fully apply Hill's 13 principles in America today. First, define your desire. Write it clear. I will earn $150,000 by December 31st, 2027. Second, fuel it with faith. Speak it twice daily. Feel it like it's yours. Third, train your subconscious with autosuggestion. Visualize your win, believe it. Fourth, build a mastermind, surround yourself with mentors. Doers, warriors. Fifth, act with discipline, wake at 4 a.m., grind when others sleep. Sixth, leverage specialized knowledge. Know who to call, not everything. Seventh, ignite your imagination. Change your environment to spark ideas. Eighth, trust your sixth sense, listen to your gut, move on it. These aren't dreams, they're your battle plan. Start now. You're standing in a quiet Nashville street, dawn, breaking, pulse steady. The world's waking, but you're already charging. Hill's principles are your map. Goggins' discipline is your fire. Stoic wisdom is your shield. You don't need permission to be great. You need purpose, grit, action. Napoleon Hill said, "What you think about, you bring about. Think big, act bigger. Your life's not on hold, it's waiting for you to charge." What's your first thought tomorrow? If you felt something shift while listening, don't ignore it. Like the video, leave your voice in the comments and subscribe to SoulFuel, where courage is sparked and the life you deserve takes shape.